Happy Pride, we're doing Eden. The empty. The land beyond the wall of light. Scorched by the light and bereft of life. Sensing a massive source of light, Ryne enlists the help of the warrior of darkness and her dads to survey this blighted land, only to find the remains of the first Sin Eater, Eden. Hi, I'm Tyler, Final Fantasy XIV player and amateur bartender, and I've made it my mission to craft a cocktail for every dungeon in the game. But to celebrate Pride, we'll be doing a cocktail to celebrate everyone's favorite, roommates. Welcome to a Cocktail Reborn. Let's get started. Ryne and Gaia. The way their relationship develops is probably the most satisfying part of the Eden raids. Compared to them, the empty getting renewed almost feels secondary. Combined with the remixes of old Primal fights, I think this probably is only behind Arcadian for me in the 8-man raids. I remember when Gaia first showed up, I thought that Ryne insisting on being her friend felt extremely forced. But their relationship evolved so naturally through the rest of the story that I was rooting for them by the end of Wing 2. So for this drink, I wanted to make something inspired by both of them, and big enough for two. And I just so happened to pick up an AOA bowl at Trader Sam's when I went to FanFest in Anaheim. Let's craft. I wanted an ingredient that would show both sides of their personalities, sweet Ryne and sour Gaia. For that purpose, I could think of nothing more appropriate than passion fruit syrup. The added sugar, combined with the sour aspect of the passion fruit, makes for a great flavor that will stand up to the rest of this drink. Next, I wanted something to represent Ryne's hair, which turned orange after she stepped out from under Minfilia's shadow. For that, I'm using dry Curaçao, which, despite its name, is still delightfully sweet, just like Ryne. I like Pierre Ferrand, but use what you like. For the base spirit, I wanted something to represent the light of the empty, so I went with a light rum. Specifically, I'm using Planteray 3-star. It's a nice blend of rums from Jamaica, Trinidad, and Barbados that adds a very nice character to any drink it's mixed in. For Gaia's initial abrasive personality, I'll be adding Campari. It brings a very specific type of bitterness to the drink that will help mellow out all the sweetness. To represent Gaia's most defining physical characteristic, her big red lips, I'll be using a raspberry liqueur. I'm using Chateau Monet. You could use Chambord here, but it tastes more like raspberry candy than actual raspberries to me. On top of the obvious sweetness of a raspberry liqueur, it adds a fruity note that helps contrast the passion fruit. The colors of all these ingredients remind me of something. Not sure what. Anyway, any drink for Ryne and Gaia wouldn't be complete without a nod to the baked good that brought them together. Coffee biscuits. For this, we'll use coffee liqueur. Mine's homemade, but anything except Mr. Black should give you about the same result. Mr. Black's a little bit too dry for this application. Finally, I'll be using a lime for acid balance. I'll be using my drink mixer, but you could just as easily shake this with crushed ice and open pour. As stated, this is a drink for two, so if you're going solo, just half the ingredients. Start by adding 1 ounce of lime juice to your mixing tin. Next, add 1.5 ounces of passion fruit syrup, half an ounce of coffee liqueur, 1 ounce dry Curaçao, 1 ounce raspberry liqueur, 1 ounce Campari, and 4 ounces of our Planteray 3-star. Add about 10 ounces of pebble or crushed ice and flash blend for 5 to 6 seconds or shake for 15. Open pour into your drink bowl and add enough crushed or pebble to bring the volume up if it doesn't quite fit. As this is Eden, and Eden is all about balancing the elements, I wanted a little bit of elemental representation in the garnish, and this bowl is uniquely suited for that purpose. We already have our ice element, light element, and water elements in the drink, so let's see what we can do with the rest of the elemental wheel. On the corners of the bowl are little cups for cinnamon, which I will be adding as our earth element. Invert half a spent lime shell and pour an overproof spirit inside. A nice 151 Demerara works really well here and acts as our darkness element. Get out your torch and light your lime boat. Obviously, this is our fire element. Take a little pinch of the cinnamon and flick it into the flame to create some sparks, our lightning element, and a cloud, our wind element, of nicely toasted cinnamon aroma to the drink. Add 2 straws, and here we have the Eden. Let's give it a taste.
You mean to skip ahead to a world where you can watch the rest of the video? Hear me then. Not as a viewer, but as simply you. As I learned from my YouTube analytics, you are a formidable foe. Stronger than any I have faced. Against you, I need bring my content to bear. I need burn the candle of my mixology. This is the sole pleasure I know, and it is the sole pleasure I have to share. And so I come before you to issue a Patreon and offer singular bliss. If you wish to skip ahead, I will not stop you. You value content. You do not burn your time, save for that you deem worthy. Early access and exclusive videos, the content of a patron true. But there is more to you than that. You know this to be true. Just as you know the thrill of pushing your bar and budget to their limits, of confronting ever mightier bottles, dancing ever closer to the precipice, wondering if this will be the one to finally fill the void. Such spirits you seek for their own sake, and no other reason. Is this not so, patron? Sign up for as little as $5 a month for exclusive content every month. Link in the description.
Cheers! I really like how that turned out. So on the nose, you get that toasted cinnamon. In fact, I'm going to light it again, so I can get more of that in there. This is fresh ground cinnamon only because I realized as I was recording that I was out of ground cinnamon. That's so fun. Ah, smells so good. So yeah, you get the cinnamon aroma right up front. As soon as you go in, you get the passion fruit, you get the Campari, and you get the coffee. Those are the first things you get when you taste it. Gonna burn my face off. Ooh! Then you get the raspberry. The raspberry's really nice in there. And the rum is present throughout. Planteray has a very nice, distinct flavor. You would think, because it's white rum, it wouldn't have much flavor on its own, but it does. It's one of my favorite rums. It's great for mixing. Oh, that smell is so good. This turned out a lot nicer than I thought it was going to. Obviously, from the ingredients list, it was kind of a... I don't want to say a gag, but I had a theme going. Just in terms of color. So the fact that everything melts together as well as it does says a lot about the ingredients. The sweetness of the Curaçao and the passion fruit and the raspberry liqueur really help to offset the bitterness of the Campari. The bitterness is still there, but it's not punch you in the face. It's reminiscent of a jungle bird, which uses pineapple juice and Campari. Ooh, this is nice. I'm gonna have a problem not drinking all of this, because there's 4 ounces of rum in it. I might just wait until my wife gets home and share the rest of this with her. And that is the Eden, or, if you prefer, the Ryne and Gaia. Sound off in the comments if you decide to make this drink, or tell me what's your favorite raid in the game. I really like Arcadian and Eden, but Omega's pretty damn good too. I mean, even Alexander's great. Even Alexander. The music in that is amazing. Anyway, please like, share, and subscribe if you liked the video, and check out the Patreon. And stay tuned for the next one, which will be Hawk Manor Hard. And until then, hear, feel, drink. Cheers. Thanks for watching, and a big thank you to all of my patrons. You can sign up for the Patreon for as little as $5 a month. And a big thank you to my Alliance level patrons, KLG Chaos, Mal the Pal, and Shy. See you next time.